What's up? How y'all doing? It's Lugamugger. This is a Benchmade 51 1601. It's a Blade HQ exclusive Benchmade 51. Major difference is these green scales here. You can see the way they did these green scales on top of those blue anodized titanium liners in there. You can see the jeweling effect, right? That little round jeweling effect that they actually give to the titanium liners. Those little round rings, right, actually match up with the little holes drilled into, not perfectly, but they actually match up with the little holes drilled into the actual G10 scales there. I think that just gives a really pretty, very beautiful effect. I love the showiness of this knife, right? How do you take a bally song and make it a little bit less intimidating? Bright green, right? I love that fact. It's so much fun to actually watch flipping through the air if I don't bash my other knives. Flipping through the air, this thing flips great. Honestly, I think that the black-coated version, black-coated blade, would probably be a little bit more showy. It would look a little bit better flipping through the air. I can quit bashing my tripod, but that stone wash right there is actually what kicked it out for me. A lot of the Benchmade limited editions and special editions, they do this really heavy stone wash, right? I've got a Benchmade Bushcrafter that's got the kind of same treatment done to it, and I love it. It just gives such a great effect, especially opposed to the original 51 here. The original 51 has that really light kind of Benchmade stone wash on top of a grinder satin, which I do like. I do really appreciate the look of it. A lot of Benchmade knives come with that kind of semi satin, semi gloss finish, but that really heavy stone wash that's on this new 51, this limited edition, is just excellent. The scales themselves, right, from a flipping standpoint, honestly, these are better. The original's better. It's more controllable. I can flip it in my hand. You know what I mean? I've got more spinning control with the original 51 opposed to this one here, but there's something about this actual design that just feels so good in my hand. You can see that it's definitely, hold on one second, actually. Yeah, you can see that they were trying to go more reminiscent to like the 62-42X series or 62 series, 42 series, except it's got 5 holes opposed to 6 with that round hole, round hole, double round hole kind of thing that Benchmade's almost famous for. Definitely an excellent look. It really does look like more of a Benchmade butterfly knife now. That patterning, it just screams Benchmade, doesn't it? I really like the way that this thing came out. Excellent color, excellent design. It's not quite on par with something that is the Zombie Tech. You know, you get that Zombie Tech neon green. It's not quite that green, but it's almost there, right? That's the AOD from Microtech, if you're wondering. But it's almost on that Zombie Tech green, but not quite, you know what I mean? Almost on a day glow, so it just gives an excellent effect. And I love the G10, right? You can see the patterning in the actual G10 there. It gives like almost like a wood grain effect because they didn't do an extremely high polish on it, but they did round off all of the corners. So you've got that layering effect with the texturing of the G10, which actually gives an excellent purchase, right? It feels really good when you're flipping because it's got that little bit of texture to it, right? It's not perfectly smooth. And then just from the aesthetic point of view, I think it actually looks really good, opposed to the smooth polished black G10 of the original 51 here. The advertised weight of the original 51 is 3.33 ounces. On my scale, it's 3.42 ounces, and then this one is 3.44 ounces. The advertised weight for the 1601 model here is 3.4 ounces. So this is actually a fraction heavier than this one here, which does hold over as advertised. The numbers are just different. But same thickness, same length, everything's the same. It is kind of deceiving. It feels thinner in the hand. The 1601 definitely does feel thinner in my hand, but it's just deceiving because they are actually the exact same thickness all the way around. You can see that there. Green one actually looks a little bit thicker from this angle, but it feels thinner in my hand. Yeah, it's Benchmade 51 1601 Blade HQ exclusive. They still got these things. I was surprised. I expected these things to sell out in like a month, and they've been there for almost 2.5 now. They must have made a lot more of these things than I thought. Y'all have a good one.